Welcome to episode 10 of The Coleman Show. Today's topic we're going to be talking about moving forward and how, as a student athletes, what are tactics, options, and ways we can just help move forward from either a bad play, a bad day, bad film session, because we all have those student athletes. I'm also joined today by Kai, my wonderful, wonderful dog. My wonderful, wonderful dog. And I do have a collection of books here I'm going to share with us before we start off. A lot of these books are available at either Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and to be honest with you, the dollar store. The first book I am going to be showcasing today are by Gary Ferguson, the 8 Master Lessons of Nature. Our second book is My Daily Bread. And then our third book is the Bible. And for our fourth book, I have The Voice of Knowledge by Don Miguel. And throughout these quotes, I want you as an audience to take the time and truly reflect on certain times where, hey, I might have not moved forward, or hey, I let this type of past trauma really haunt me as a person, as an individual, as a being. And as a being, we have to learn to let go of such things, because we cannot become a new being, a new sense of self, if we just hang on to such past transgressions. It's like if you're a ship, right? And we know how ships have anchors. If you consistently listen to your past traumas and your past experiences, the anchor is never going to be lifted. You get caught. You're eventually going to get caught on something. And it's going to keep holding you back from getting from the true destination. And I just want to share some quotes with you guys to help remove that anchor and help you guys as athletes, individuals, anyone watching the show, to help remove these anchors and truly become one with yourself. From the eight Master Lessons of Nature, if you guys want to get a copy of this book, I got this book from the dollar store. And it's really a great read. If you guys just have the time, just go to your local dollar store and get it for a literal dollar. And first, I'm gonna read you guys the quote that really resonated with me. 1 second. When Albert Einstein got stuck on a problem, and truth be told, he got stuck quite a bit, he'd often go outside, not to some remote wild landscape, but to a patch of the forest on the Princeton campus, maintained especially for him, known as Institute Woods. You might assume he was merely trying to clear his head. But as for a lot of us, do we need to step out for a change of scenery? But it's for more an intriguing story. Once out in these familiar woods, Einstein was said to stop and look around, taking in the trees, the shrubs, the sky overhead, the grasses underfoot, as he tried to imagine the workings of the world. Knowing full well he couldn't do it, consider that today, more than 60 years after his death. And when I read this, it truly resonated with me as a man, as a guy who loves to be in control of my life, who loves to understand everything that's going to happen. I have to know the next step. I have to know why X, Y, and Z is happening, or why this is not falling like this, yada, yada, yada. And then one of the greatest minds, he didn't understand as well. And then I took a second and it's like, I don't have to consistently listen and consistently try to have to know what's next. And regarding to the nature, he went outside and just embodied everything that was outside and truly was embodied in the motion of life and embodied in the notion of nature. Because nature doesn't think what's next. Nature doesn't think, okay, I have to have anxiety. I wonder if the bee is going to come today. I wonder if there's going to be enough rain. Nature just exists within itself, and it keeps flowing over and over and over, existing in itself. And through existing through itself, it brings fruition to everything around it, including us as beings. And maybe that's what Einstein started to understand when he went into these patches, that for me to understand everything, I have to take a moment and tell myself it's okay not to understand everything. And that's just from the first quote. And as I was saying, this book is available at Dollar Tree, Dollar General. So just make sure to go and grab it. It really helped me out. I'm still at the beginning of reading it, but it's such a great read. And then our second read from My Daily Bread, it reads, if I make firm a persevering effort to abandon my foolish love for unnecessary distractions, God will give me the gift of devotion. From then on, I will have a steady loyalty to Christ. I will no longer depend on feelings or moods, but I will follow God's will intelligently, faithfully, even when I do not feel like so. And as we talked about control and just giving up our nature and giving up our flow to God's will, so much stress and so much weight as a man, as an individual, as an athlete, so much gets lifted off of you because you don't have to keep consistently thinking about what if, or what if I did this. It's in God's hand, and God's plan, image of you were created perfectly in God's image. He has a masterful, beautiful plan for you. And when you overthink, you have this anxiety, you aren't putting your faith where, not even in yourself, but in the plan that is truly set out for you. And sometimes when I get caught up in this thinking, as Albert Einstein, you just need to go outside and just watch the flow of the world and just truly think, I am a part of something even greater than what my mind can consume. And then the third quote is from the book of Job, chapter 2, verse 10. He said, Job answered, you are talking nonsense. When God sends us something good, we welcome it. How can we complain when he sends us trouble? Even in the suffering of Job, he said nothing against God. And I feel like this really resonates with us during our time, during a time from, I'd say about 17 to 24 is really a time of intuitive growth and understanding of yourself and what you want. And it's a battle of hardships, if I'm being honest with you. It's a lot of challenge and seeing how you're going to respond. And you get good and you get bad, and it's all over the place. It's truly all over the place. And it's okay to be all over the place, as we've learned about from our past two lessons. And you're gonna have those happy moments where you're beyond happy, when you feel like everything is flowing great and you just feel embodied in nature, you just feel embodied by God. But what about when God randomly hits you with this challenge to see if you stay consistent in his name or his word? What about he gives you this amazing girlfriend you have, but then on the one night, Satan sends you a girlfriend who's lusting over your body and lusting over your mind? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna sit down and tell yourself when you don't get that internship you wanted, or you accidentally get in an accident on the road, headed to a job interview? What are you gonna tell yourself? Are you gonna sit and complain to God, or are you gonna sit and just say, why me? Why me is also a really good quote to help build the character up, but I'll talk about that in our next course. But are you gonna sit and just blame God for all this suffering put upon your soul? He never does anything to diminish the whole of the self or diminish the whole of the universe. Everything he does is to uplift and provide your spirit with more than what you need. So regardless of the sun rises or the sun sets, you just always have to remember that through hardship and through pain, you are one with God and you are one with everything. It just, me even thinking about it, and I just have to take a second and just truly feel thankful and just feel in the sense of gratitude for even the hardships. I think that's what really helped me as an athlete, because a lot of days it really does get hard. And a lot of times gratitude is the answer to the equation. A lot of people are missing, a lot of athletes are missing, because you don't simply just thank God for the hardships or just feel embodied. Like as Job, just to give you some background, he said, then Satan left the Lord's presence and made sores break out over Job's body. Job went and sat by the garden stone, took out a broken piece of pottery to scrape his sores. His wife said to him, "Are you still faithful as ever? Aren't you? Why don't you curse God and die?" So sores broke out all over his body. But instead of complaining about the sores, he went and tried to get the sores out of his body. He didn't curse God. He sat in his actions and worked towards a solution. And just my advice to you, just always work towards a solution rather than focusing on the problem all the time. Truly work towards bettering yourself instead of focusing on, hey, I don't have this car, hey, I don't have this job, hey, I don't have this girlfriend, this wife, hey, I don't have this and those grades. Let's work towards it and let's truly change and give yourself the divinity you need. And for our last quote of this episode, it is from the book, The Voice of Knowledge. Page 68. You are the only one who can change your story. You do this by changing your relationship with yourself. Every time you change the main character in your story, just like the magic, the whole story starts to change and adapt to the new main character. But this is easy to prove because the main character is always changing anyway, but changing by itself without your awareness. So from this, not to be so concerned with what other people have, or they have all these possessions that I really want as a man. How can you ever move forward when you're consistently comparing yourself? Because as I say, comparison is the thief of joy. How can you consistently live in this state of comparison when you're making someone else the main character of your story, therefore changing and adapting yourself to another person, another man's, another woman's story? How can you ever move forward and adapt yourself and truly live in the name of God and live in the name of the Lord if you're letting other people be the main story when God lives within you? How can you ever truly and definitively be yourself? We are all born with the essence of God in ourselves. He didn't give us this essence so other people could be the main story. He gave this so we are the main characters. So don't ever compare yourself to another man, woman, or these other individuals. To move forward, instead look at your own soul and think, how can I help other people of God? How can I help other people around the world? How can I help myself? For me personally, to help myself, I need to help others and truly help others in the name of God. And this is how I start to grow my soul and grow me as a person, is true helping and blessing others, that I feel fully feel the divinity of God within me. And to move forward from all these lessons, all of these are just true key points to just take the time as a man, woman, sister, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, to help you move forward and truly live in the name of the Lord and truly feel divine, the main character the problem solver, the definite, the Albert Einstein, the patience giver, all these things to truly help you move forward and think, I am done living like this. It's time for me to evolve and take these habits and truly turn into the person I'm supposed to be. I hope this helped you guys, and I just really want to take this episode 10 and have another sit down conversation with you guys and just truly express powerful words and just a powerful thank you guys. Once again, this is episode 10. Please like and subscribe. Comment. I'm going to have more great content coming soon. Thank you.